Alright, so my capture card is still messed up. And I'm not going to be talking through the entire hour of gameplay. I just wanted this in the background. Uh, the entire first hour, well, all of this is from the first hour of the game. So there will be minimal spoilers. What just popped up on the screen was the end of the cutscene that was revealed like Gamescom or something like that. Can't really remember. So, I wanted to do this video and release it alongside Season 1. Here we are almost a week later. Sorry. Here we are almost a week later. As a matter of fact, in just over 24 hours, it will be a week later. I did it in that way so that I could actually play the season and judge it accordingly. Give an unbiased opinion on it. And I did not want anybody to think that the patch had anything to do with what I said about the game. So I went ahead and before the season came out, I think I had just over 2 days played. I'm right around 3 days now. So I've still put in time since the patch. I have been playing Diablo. Sorry, I thought something was on my leg. We have a lot of spiders around here. I've been playing Diablo since the first one was released. And I've been seeing a lot online of people saying that anybody who does not like this just does not like Diablo. That cannot be further from the truth. And I'll tell you why. The game itself is a blast. The storyline is amazing. I'm finding fun in each character. First character I ran through it with, I was going through it with a necromancer, decided to switch to a rogue after about level 30 or so. So instead of just finishing the story out with the necromancer like a smart person would, I started the story all over again. Ran through it with the rogue, and I believe I haven't really touched the necromancer much since, but I have a level 56, 57 rogue, something like that, level 37 or so necromancer, level 32 barbarian, level 2 sorcerer, and a level 33 or 34 druid. So I've just kind of been bouncing all over the place when it comes to characters. So the game does not lack fun in the early stages. Where it lacks the fun is in the end game, and if you skip the campaign. When you skip the campaign, and let me go ahead and skip forward a little bit because there we go. When you skip the campaign, you essentially cut, in my opinion, the fun parts out of the game. you cut the story quests out, and those are some of the best things about it. Following through the story. Without the story quest, you're stuck to dungeon farming, and with Season 1 Malignant Tunnel farming, or Stronghold farming. So it cuts most of the fun out. The level scaling is a problem. In the sense that you never truly feel stronger. And I've heard people say that they do and all this. You don't feel stronger unless you have a broken build. With my druid, I was sitting there, I was telling myself, okay, I'm not going to look up a build. I will look at something, get the basis of it, and run with that. So I did that. And that got me maybe 10 levels. I was garbage. I have since started running a build that I just randomly came across, and I'm still not doing great, but I'm feeling a lot stronger than I was trying to come up with something of just mishmash skills that seemed like they would complement one another, and that's an issue. Like, you never feel stronger unless you go that extra route and look up a broken build. That is something I will say Diablo 3 got right in having all of the torment difficulties. You start getting stronger to the point you're one-shotting enemies, and you're like, okay, I need to go up a level. Eventually it's, okay, I need to go up a level. I need to go up a level. And it just never stops. It was almost endless fun. I had it to the point to where in Diablo 3, when I started on PC coming from Xbox, I started the Necromancer on the hardest difficulty I possibly could and did not have an issue up until one of the first bosses. Well, not even the first boss, it was later on in the game. With Diablo 4, you have World Tier 1, World Tier 2. That's all you can start on. No big deal there. But there is not enough of a difference to warrant going straight to World Tier 2 because it's slightly harder, but it entices you with the experience gain, the 20% experience boost. That's fun. That's all fine and dandy. However, you're taking 20% longer to kill these enemies without a broken build. You see how it all revolves back to that. That's essentially just level 1 to 50. 50 to 75, the mid game, and hell, even 75 to 100, it's it's all the same. It is the same as if you skip the campaign. You're doing dungeons, which in the mid and end game you get world bosses. Yeah, that's something you get. Cool. And you get hell tides. You have a total of like 5 events or 5 different things you can do in the end game. The end game is almost non-existent. And that's my biggest issue with this game. Like, I troll people all the time on Reddit about the patch because it's so much fun. And they did break quite a bit. But it is so much fun to troll people who want to defend this game with their livelihood. However, the thing they cannot defend is the end game is trash. Like I said, there's five activities for you to do in the end game. And the majority of those can be done just by skipping the campaign. You can see the majority of the game by beating the story once and spending maybe 20 to 30 minutes afterwards. You'll see the majority of the game. That is, it's unacceptable. I will say I got my money's worth out of this game, and I continue to get my money's worth out. Because even though I'm saying all this stuff about this game, it's still fun. Now, it could be because I've put in 3 days or whatever, but it is starting to feel like a chore once again. And that is my other negative about this game, is it feels like a chore to play. Once you finish the campaign, it's like the fun stops, and then you hit a hell tide, or you hit a dungeon, or you just get a wild hair up your ass and you start doing the Tree of Whispers, and you get a brief euphoric moment, and then it goes back to feeling like a chore, feeling like you have to do this in order to progress. And that's actually why I stopped playing my rogue, because I just got so bored. I took a week off, hoping that maybe Season 1 would reignite my love for the game. And it has, in a way. But at level 34, or 33 or 34, with my druid, I'm starting to feel that boredom again. I don't want to say that Diablo 3 had it perfect, because they really didn't. But Diablo 3, what they did right with adventure mode was they not only let you go wherever and fight whatever, they reincorporated story content into the adventure mode, which is basically the free play mode, or skipping campaign, whatever you want to call it. they could have very easily did that with Diablo 4. And they chose not to for some reason. So you're stuck with very few bosses. There are some bosses that you could just, if you randomly encountered them in the world, that would have been a step in the right direction. Season 1, they added 32 malignant hearts. I can't remember the exact deal with it all, but it ended up coming out to like 16 malignant hearts per character. Something like that. You could only use 16 per character. I don't know. Uber Uniques being freaking broken. You've got like 2 people in the world who have an Uber Unique. I understand it's supposed to be unique, but don't make it that rare where you've got people spending 20 hours a day playing the game and can't get their hands on it. Of course, that's a exaggeration of a number. I don't know anybody that actually plays 20 hours a day. I was going to touch on a lot more, and I'm completely lost right now. Like I said, the game is fun. I've got my money's worth out of it. Continue to get my money's worth out of it. However, at this point in time, if you had to choose between Diablo 4 and Baldur's Gate 3, go with Baldur's Gate 3 until they decide to fix the issues at hand. That's what I'm going to say, is go with Baldur's Gate 3. Show them that fans don't want the barren wasteland that they gave us. We want fully fledged content. Anyways, that's all the time I got for right now. I will catch you all later. Have a good one.